Good morning and hello. Today, May 7th, I'm joined by my lovely co-host, Jillian McGuire.
Thank you, Aiden. Welcome to the Political Pod, a quick overview of history.
American history. God's greatest gift to man aside from Jesus and woman.
Right. Anyways, we're here live for Mr. Clore's second period government class. Today we have 4 amazing segments for you, presented by 3 other correspondents from our class.
And one of these correspondents, Haley Bonson, is going to bring you a quote of the day. It's a profound quote said by a profound individual, so get ready.
Take it away, Haley.
Thanks, Jillian and Aiden. Like they said, I'm Haley Bonson, and with help from Lucy Cerna, I'm introducing the quote of the day. The quote is by the one and only Martin Luther King Jr. He was born in Atlanta in 1929 and died in Memphis in 1968. He is a minister and activist who became the most visible spokesperson and leader in the American Civil Rights Movement. As we all know, he was assassinated. The quote from Martin Luther King Jr. is, "Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about the things that matter." He said this in Selma, Alabama on March 8, 1965, the day after Bloody Sunday. What he meant when he made this statement is that he believed that a person was to die an internal death if they silently accepted injustice. Dr. King was all about peaceful resolutions. He was also talking about how people of all colors, if they kept silent with the injustices being done, he believed that if we didn't stand up for them, that part of our soul would die. Back to you, Jillian and Aiden.
Thank you for that profound quote, Haley.
Profound indeed.
Our next profound segment, called Counterpoint, is brought to you by yours truly.
Now, Aiden, the new minimum wage is shocking.
Sounds like you have a pretty strong stance on this. Why don't you enlighten us?
Enlighten you I will. The minimum wage is being considered to be raised by a lot.
How much?
Up to $15.
Well, that sounds lovely because I myself enjoy money. I enjoy it a lot. My friends call me the next Wolf of Wall Street. And I don't think that's that bad considering minimum wage workers will be able to afford their house payments, car rentals, or any other household expenses that they need. And minimum wage workers that way will have a better overall living experience.
I understand your thought process, but think about the job losses, less competition, and the biggest problem would be inflation.
I guess I do see where you're coming from, Jillian.
I knew you would come around, Aiden. You always do.
Absolutely. And I'm glad we could have a conversation like that where we agree or disagree. And the reason for that is for certain individuals in American history that embody patriotism. And, well, what a better guy to tell you about one of these individuals than Severio Lynch.
Thanks, Aiden and Jillian. Hi, everyone. I'm Severio Lynch, and with help from Annie Cerna, I'll be talking about Roy Benitez. Roy Benitez was born in Leedanau, Texas, to a father named Salvador Benitez and a mother named Teresa Benitez. His father was Mexican-American and his mother was Native American. However, at the age of 5, Benitez lost both of his parents. So when he was young, he had to grow up with his grandfather and his aunt and uncles. Roy Benitez sparsely attended high school when he was younger because he had to constantly help his parents and his grandparents make wages, and dropped out of high school by the age of 16. However, by age 17, he joined the National Guard and became motivated to work his way through the Army to join or get money for his grandparents. After age 19, he moved to the Army and began training with the Special Airborne Division in the Army. After he completed training for the Airborne Division, he went to Vietnam to train the South Vietnam in the preparation for the Vietnam War. While he was training the Vietnam, he was on an expedition searching for lost men and unfortunately stepped on a landmine. His legs were critically injured and he was medevaced to a hospital off the coast of Okinawa. While he was there, doctors told him that he would never walk again. However, Benitez proved them wrong by persisting to crawl himself over to a wall and prop himself up. There he would walk every night trying to get back to his former self. He spent 3 years doing this and finally made a great enough recovery to join the Army again. After he rejoined the Army, he went back to Vietnam to participate in the Vietnam War once again. On May 2nd, 1968, an incident known as the 6 Hours in Hell went down. A 12-man Special Forces unit was pinned down by North Vietnam soldiers. This Special Forces unit contained 6 of Benitez's close friends. Benitez knew that they were in need of desperate help. While he was making a decision, he saw an incoming helicopter from the medevac zone. It had none of the men on it, and he was greatly concerned. Seeing that there was one more helicopter going out immediately, he jumped on it with only a knife and went to the medevac zone. After getting there, he jumped out of the helicopter and proceeded to engage with the North Vietnam. Army statistics officers are reported as saying there was 1,000 North Vietnam soldiers in that medevac zone. Benitez proceeded to save 8 of the men's lives out of the 12-man Special Forces unit. He went at the group, receiving 37 separate bullet wounds and a knife wound. After his expedition, he received the Army Distinguished Service Cross and the Purple Heart. Thanks to the efforts of Brian O'Connor, a life that he saved while in the 6 hours of hell, Benitez received the Medal of Honor. Now he's serving as a public speaker as both a Native American and a Mexican American immigrant. He public speaks about his efforts in Vietnam, but also his life growing up in America. Unfortunately, in 1989, Benitez passed away at the age of 63. He'll be honored in the hearts of all Americans. Back to you, Aiden and Jillian.
What a soldier.
Truly an American hero. Him and all of our troops deserve our most respect.
And if that isn't true, I don't know what is.
With summer around the corner, you might be thinking of somewhere nice to visit.
If only there was some way, somehow, maybe someone to tell us of a great vacation place.
If only. It's okay.
No! Like, what about Will? And have him give us some ideas for vacation.
I like that.
He does travel a lot. Will, tell him about it.
Thank you, Aiden and Jillian. I'm Will Humphrey, and with special help from Marissa Cerna, today I'll be discussing 3 underrated cities in the U.S. When thinking about America's best vacation destinations, Asheville, North Carolina most likely doesn't come to mind. Located within the Blue Ridge Mountains, Asheville is known for its vibrant city center, historical sites, music, and nature activities. Perhaps its most popular destination, Biltmore, offers a tour of George Vanderbilt's winter chateau with over 178,000 square feet. Biltmore is still the largest privately owned home in America. Asheville's historic downtown is filled with museums, unique stores, restaurants, and art galleries. If spending time with nature is more your ideal vacation, the surrounding Asheville area offers several hiking trails, horseback riding, fishing, whitewater rafting, ziplining, and water sports. Further up the East Coast, Portland, Maine is yet another underrated vacation spot. Portland is known for its historic forts, lighthouses, surfing, beaches, cuisine, and whitewater rafting. The Portland area is covered with picturesque New England-style downtowns filled with unique restaurants and boutiques. Fun fact, Portland has more restaurants per capita than any other city in the country, many of which serve fresh seafood. If relaxing on the beach is more your style, Portland has miles of beaches which have the perfect waves for surfing. Portland also offers several sailing and fishing trips which explore its historic coast. Lastly, Portland has hundreds of historic homes, lighthouses, and forts to explore. Our last underrated city in the U.S. is Buffalo, New York. Set on the east end of Lake Erie, Buffalo is the second largest city in New York and is known for its vast amount of parks and art galleries, and also its tasty buffalo chicken wings. It is a wonderful destination for sightseeing, shopping, and enjoying some leisure time. The city is well known for its historic buildings, including the Art Deco style City Hall. The city is also known for being a melting pot of various cultures and values. Another popular tourist destination is the Delaware Park, which includes wide open green spaces, walking and jogging paths, tennis and golf opportunities. In addition, the park is home to the Buffalo Zoo, which features a wide variety of animals from all around the world, such as gorillas, tigers, and polar bears. When making your summer plans, consider these cities for your next vacation. Back to you, Aiden and Jillian.
Thanks, Will. I hope I can visit those someday.
They did sound very interesting.
Didn't they? Well, I think that wraps up this episode of the Political Pod.
Our first episode. And thank you for joining us. And as always, stay classy, Sandusky.